Good morning, everybody. And I'd just like to say, woo woo. All right, here we go. Here we go. Welcome to Another Way, brought to you by Promise Resource Network. What we're going to talk about today is pride. I've always heard pride cometh before a fall, right? That's what was put into my head over and over and over again. But the title of today's class is Pride Cometh Before a Step Up. So we're going to talk about the good part of pride today, right? We're going to talk about our accomplishments. We're going to talk about the good that we have done, that we are, that we're going to be, right? All right. So what do you think is a definition of pride? Raise your hand if you would. What's a definition of pride?
Bunch of lions.
A bunch of
lions staring at you.
A bunch of lions staring at you. A pride, thank you. I'm a little slow, but I eventually get it. What else is pride?
Something you've achieved that you're proud of.
Something you've achieved that you're proud of. Yeah. Yeah. Something.
Elevation of self.
A what?
Elevation of self.
An elevation of self. I don't have to teach y'all anything. You got it going on. You understand. I didn't. I thought, especially in the beginning of my recovery, that I couldn't. My sponsor said, "You be grateful, I'll be proud. You be grateful, I'll be proud." And I wasn't given the opportunity to feel good about myself. Right? Because when I feel good, when I take that positive part of pride, it increases my self-esteem, doesn't it? I like one of the definitions. First definition says a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements, the achievements of those with whom you're closely associated, or for qualities or possessions that are widely admired. This is the one I like. Consciousness of one's own dignity. Wow. Consciousness of one's own dignity. Dignity. That's a good word. That's a good word. And we know it, the consciousness of, the ability to comprehend. What are some negative things of pride? What will negativity bring to us in pride? Arrogance. Thank you.
Ego.
What? Huh?
Ego.
A negative ego.
Sometimes I'm proud about things that aren't positive. That was proud. I just told him off. No, that's not something I should be proud of.
Yeah.
Me stealing someone's power, still taking someone's voice. That's not something that I should look up. See, it's something that I wouldn't want that to be done to me.
Yeah.
That's something I should do to anybody else. So I treat you how I want to be treated. No, for me, I say I don't treat you how I want to be treated. I treat you how you want to be treated, because maybe I want to be treated like how you want to be treated. I ask you, how would you like to be treated?
Yeah.
You give you the power to say, this is how I would like to be addressed. Even the pronouns out. How would you like to be addressed? This is your how would you like to be acknowledged?
Pride, yes. And it is that part of us that accepts ourselves and puts ourselves out there. Absolutely. Absolutely. The words of pride, and I think this is so cool. The P is for professionalism. And that doesn't go just with the job, does it? Professionalism is in ourselves. How do we present ourselves, right? How do we model recovery? Right? I'll tell y'all something. When you're in recovery, there is a higher expectation, right? Because we know some stuff. And we've been somewhere. And it allows us to help other people, right? It allows us to help other people. And as opposed to taking pride in getting over on somebody, right? Because I used to do that. Damn, I got them. Hell yes.
I gave her a piece of my mind.
That's it. I took pride, like you said, I took pride in things that were negative, because I didn't. That's what made my self-esteem. those negative things, getting over on somebody, being good at something that was negative. The R is for respect. Respect.
I think in even the media and social media, even in the media, the world, like that kind of behavior is negative behavior is rewarded, and it's seen more than you doing something good for someone. You telling someone else that's going to get you views, but you likes. So of course you're doing the opposite. It's something that's, I don't want to be the warning. I want to be the example.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
have to do
it.
what they do.
I don't want to be a. What is it? If you can't be a good example, be a horrible warning. That's me. I'm a horrible warning. Integrity is the next one. Integrity, honesty. Being the type of person that is capable of telling the truth when it's necessary. Diversity is a big one. Inclusion, mutuality. We accept everyone into our group, and that's what's so cool about here, is that we all accept each other. Diversity is here because we got all kinds of folks. We got folks that when I went to one of my first 12-step meetings, I didn't know nothing but the Lord's Prayer. I was so confused. But at the end of it, everybody got in a circle and held hands. And I looked around, and there was black and white and gay and straight and doctor and mechanic and just a little bit of everything. And that blew my mind, because what an opportunity to understand another person's life, the diversity that we can have and that we can embrace, because it's part of us too. Somebody accepted me into the group. Somebody accepted me. And the last one is excellence. Like excellence. A standard. Like I said, when we get to be peer support specialists, when we get into recovery, we have a higher expectation, right? People look up to us, but that's not a bad thing to be prideful of. I am proud that I can use my story today, because it is about an achievement that I experienced, right?
It's responsibility.
Say it louder.
It's responsibility for me. Like, once I know better, it's my responsibility to do better and actually help other people, not tell you what to do, but be the example of what I've learned. Like, that's why I'm going to utilize my peer support specialist certification, because I want to be that person that is the example, and I want to be held to that standard. I want to grow and evolve. That's the only way I will. If I'm held to a certain standard, like, no, I want to do better than I did yesterday. I want you to hold me accountable and I want to be held to a different standard. I want to. That's how I'm going to grow. Dependability
and accountability have a lot to do with recovery, and have a lot to do with the positive aspects of pride. Pride lessens our depression and anxiety, the positive kind. It allows us to stand up for ourselves, doesn't it? Yeah, go ahead and say it. You're chomping.
I mean, for me, for pride is something totally the opposite of. So I don't really give. I mean, not to say that I don't acknowledge pride, but like certain things, like I take pride in my work.
Yes.
I take pride in certain activities or whatever that I do. But then as far as the word pride itself, it's just like not like in me per se, if that makes any sense. But as far as the acknowledgement of pride and what it's used for is something totally different for my aspects of it. But like I say, because some things just doesn't have the pride in it, like as far as. So I mean, now like in recovery, yeah, pride is a good achievement, and it's a good diversity to help you humble yourself, because you're not the only one, and your problems is far less greater than the next person's problems. It's almost like that math problem, like what's greater than and less than.
Can I have pride and humility at the same time? Tell me.
share how I want to word. When you have a sense of pride, it's not boastful because you have.
Well, son of a gun, put your phone on vibrate. So sorry.
You come to a point where you're glad about the movement and the excelsion up, but you're not waving that flag saying, "Hey, look at me." Look
Yeah.
at me, because it's a self gratification. It's not a gratification that you put out there like you're boasting to somebody else.
I love that. I love that. I don't have to. I don't have to tell everybody what I've done. It's just like a gift. When when I hold the door or help someone do something, move or buy a biscuit, whatever it is for someone, I can take the reward by saying, "Hey, I did this. Ain't I great, man? I'm so cool." And that's our reward right there, because people look at us and they go, mm-hmm. And if we keep it to ourselves, though, if we're humble, right? I don't have to be the negative pride.
For me, I think when I brag about what I've done, it loses its meaning for me. That I don't do it for you. I do it because it's the right thing to do. If I could tell everybody what I did for you, what was the real reason I did it? Just to get acknowledgement for it, or to help you out. I help people, and I listen to people, make people laugh, not because I just do that because that's who I am.
Yeah.
It's not hard for me to do. And I'm grateful that I'm able to take all of my experiences, good and bad, and use them.
Yes.
And that's, I would say from you, nothing has to be wasted. I don't even take my bad experience, things I used to be ashamed of. I'm not ashamed of anymore because I know that it's some of that conversation that somebody else has been through what I've been through. And now we can walk through that journey together, and we can heal together.
That's it. Who am I doing this for? What am I doing this for? Am I doing it for the praise and accolades? Am I doing it for people to notice how great I am? Right? That's pride. That's the negative pride. The pride that I want to experience is that I've done this for you and it's helped me. Right? I've done this for you and it helped me. Yeah.
Like if whatever achievements that one has acquired or whatever, if that light if that shining of a bright within, it's gonna shine without. It's gonna shine on the outside.
I like that.
So, like certain people do certain things, like say if I went and just handed her some scissors, it wasn't that I'm looking for her to give me some scissors back, none of this, that to the third. It's just I feel like I can do this for her, or not just her or anybody else. And I don't do something to make it where I'm looking for any achievements, this, that to the other. I just do that out of the kindness of the pride that I have within to make it because the more pride I give out, the more pride comes back.
Yes.
So it's just like, it's almost like a two-way street. But like I say, people just utilize pride in certain things because I know there's certain things that I don't have pride in.
Yeah.
And, and that's okay. But, for somebody else to be like, oh no, you need to have pride in that. It's not going to be the same, because your pride and my pride is totally different. So, what
my achievements are and what I love what you said about there's a light that shines in us. My friend Gene always says, "Show me your recovery, don't tell me." And I love that. There is a light that people are attracted to us now. And it's how we use that light. Am I giving?
Yeah.
Am I modeling? Am I trying my best to do the next right thing, which may be to help another person? A lot of times it is.
Yeah, because sometimes you had to have that extra push for somebody to say, look, you're better than this, pushing you to make the certain changes that you are. Let me rephrase that. Certain things of pride takes certain sacrifices. Sacrifices has never been hard, just that we choose to make a sacrifice hard because you're not willing to give up. You want all this, but you ain't trying to give this up for that.
Okay.
So you got to make a sacrifice. Even in coming into recovery, it was a sacrifice that one had to make in order to grow in a recovery. So if it takes me sacrificing not drinking and drugging to achieve a better goal, I can afford to make this sacrifice because sacrifice is not costing me nothing.
Okay.
You know, so like I say, sacrifices are never hard. It just one makes them seem like, oh no, I ain't gonna do that because I don't want to sacrifice this, that to the third. But sacrifice has never been hard. It's just the choices that you try to make. You make your choices and your decisions more harder than what they really have to be.
Well, we can make shit hard. That's for sure.
Yes, I mean, if you take for example, we made recovery seem a little harder than what it was, when in actuality, it was never hard. It was just you were not willing to make certain sacrifices to achieve certain goals.
And that's how I get to the Nate. Remember, this class is called Pride Cometh Before a Step Up. You know, we've got to have that. We've got to know our sacrifices are worth something to people. We've got to, it says here, joyful and proud, sense of confidence, self-respect, and solidarity with self. We know who we are when we are able to do the positive pride. I love this because I didn't think about this. You know, we think about, I love what you said about you give pride, you get pride. It's the same as every other thing that we can do. Yeah. When I help others, when I do the next right thing, it is a good reason for me to understand that's an achievement, right? What do I want to do with that? I want to take that in. I want that to help my self-esteem. I want that to help me feel worthy, right? Professionalism, respect, integrity, diversity, and excellence. When we embrace these things, we demonstrate, right? We demonstrate our worthiness. We show people how to, not just what, but how to. A lot of times in recovery classes and groups and stuff like that, we tell people what to do, don't we? You got to quit drinking. You got to, do an inventory of your behavior, all this stuff. But we don't get to enjoying your achievements, right? I'd rather be grateful than proud, but I've done some good things. I'm worthy of some good. Hold on, yeah.
I know when I was early in recovery, and I wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
And I did everything and sacrificed all that I needed to do to get it. Once I got it and you could see the change, that's when my children and other people kind of came on the scene as if I did it for them. And I had to let them know, hold up, you got all the way twisted. I didn't get clean for somebody else. I got clean because I couldn't stand the motherfucker I saw in the mirror.
Yes.
That was why I got clean. It wasn't about the children and all that because I had already effed that up.
Yeah.
That was already messed up. It wasn't no cleaning that part up. So for me, it was for self-help for myself.
Yeah.
Because I had lost me. So I guess my own self-pride wouldn't allow for somebody else to take credit for my hard work. And I said, it ain't about what all I've had to do. I don't want you to look at it like that. All you need to know is that I was all the way down and I had to crawl, not walk, but crawl where I got to. And it was hard work and I still got scars. And no, they ain't gonna heal, but I know I can afford a Band-Aid now. Instead of giving that Band-Aid money to the dope man.
There you go.
That's how my logic thinks on a daily. That's what keeps me clean. Because I'm tired of seeing the dope man kids riding around in cars.
Damn, I bought him a Cadillac.
So, you got to be out your mind. You very
Yeah,
fast.
yeah.
You know, it's one thing to lie to somebody else, but when you lie to yourself, boy, it's hard getting them lies back off.
Oh,
you.
yeah.
And then you realize when your brain doesn't have that toxic chemical in it, it don't take long for that brain to jump back and you be like, "Dang, I really was messed up." Ooh. And then you realize as your recovery gets better that, yeah, the physical part of getting high is over, but that mentality you had when you was getting high, you can take that with you in your recovery now.
I used to be proudful of what I could do in my pre-recovery. Man, I can drink you under the table, right? What else? I can't say the rest.
I like how you say sometimes you have to acknowledge myself. I acknowledge myself because I'm waiting for you to acknowledge what I've done, but I don't realize that I know what I've done. I know the growth the work that I've done on the inside and the choices I've made to be who I am. No one else knows it. I tell you is I don't have to tell you, but you can see it. You can see when people grow. You see people change.
Yes.
And that's that growth that inspires you. Like, man, what's going on with you? Like, even like you, seeing how you come through what you come through, it's inspiring and it inspires other people to grow. Like, and that's what I'm proud of, not being afraid of telling my story because I know how much it can help someone else. I used to be like, no one wants to hear it. Who cares about my story? But I know how much my story is powerful.
It is.
Like, why am I eating my drug addiction, eating mental health? I know that me saying these things and being not ashamed of it or not, no, that don't define me. That's not all of who I am, but I'm able to be who I am because of them, not in spite of them, but because these things have allowed me to be in rooms like this. And I'm also grateful to be proud to be in the forefront of mental health. I know this conversation is far overdue, and I'm so grateful to be in spaces and places like this where I'm hoping this is going to be something that'll be a norm.
Yes.
Unfortunately, these small groups, this need to be like a church. We have mental health and conversation. It's so important. I'm grateful that I'm in the forefront of it. Our friends don't know about it, but I'm grateful to be here rather than be I don't have a job right now, but I have this, and this is more beneficial to me because it's something that's going to help me throughout my life, and then it's help me help other people.
When I about 6 months before I got sober, I moved in with a lady I worked with, and it used to be the party house. I mean, the party house. Every weekend, all weekend, it was on. And I was like, shit, I'm moving into the party house. Right? Well, I get there and she got sober. Pissed me off. And I said to her, listen, I'll pay my rent. I'll clean up after myself. I'll do whatever needs to be done here, but don't talk that AA bullshit to me. And that's a boundary. That's a serious boundary. But you know what? When I hit my bottom, when that morning came that I could no longer accept who I was, I knew who to go to because she was happy. We draw people to us. That light in us attracts people. People want what we've got. Be proud that you're happy today. Be proud that you've accomplished so much in your recovery, in your journey. Yeah. Sometimes it gets festive. Festive. But when I achieve something, and it's not just what I do, it's who I am today. It's who I am today. I am the person that I used to think I was a piece of shit and stuck with that. And maybe because I put so much into that, maybe I was prideful of it. I ain't nothing but. That way I get out of doing stuff. I ain't nothing but. But, in recovery, it's a different animal. I get to today, not I have to, I get to. Right? And that's the beautiful thing. I get to experience the positive aspects of things I've done instead of just the consequences that are negative. Do we have consequences from good things?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's all whatever it is. Energy. Thank you.
You know why? Really, because it's a change of attitude and behavior.
Yes.
Has a lot to do with it. You know, I really have a lot of every day because the guys I ran with back in the days, all them guys dead. I'm the only one living, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. I got to live. I am 32 years past when I was supposed to die. And we're going to celebrate it this year. 32 years past when I was supposed to die. And it's amazing to me because I thought that was my journey, to die young and pretty. I missed that boat. Elvis. But today it's not about my past. Accomplishing what I've accomplished. To be grateful, to be happy, to allow that positivity to grow and go out to other people. I didn't know how to have pride in what I did, right? Today I do. Today I understand when I do something good, and I am, as a result of that, I'm a good person. I'm a kind person. I'm a generous person. When I got some cash, I free hugs. That's right. I want that. I want that increase in self-esteem. I want to be the one that's able to show people. I want to be the one that people are attracted to because of my smile, because of my love. Right.
Being responsible has real life.
Say it again.
When you start being responsible and we have real life, they have you to grow.
Yeah, responsibility is a big part of it. Accountability, dependability, all those abilities, right? Those are important.
Even the ability to be vulnerable, like you're able to be strong and see vulnerability as a strength, not a weakness. I'm proud that I see it that way. I no longer see me showing how I feel. Something that shouldn't be. No, I don't have to wait till I go home to and then wait to go. No, if I feel like crying, I feel like anything I feel at the moment, make me feel my emotions in real time. I don't have to take my mask off. Mask, you can't breathe with that mask on. That's why I don't wear makeup.
You can't breathe with the mask on. I like that, Porter. When I have that, I'm not as when I've got that. This is me instead of what I feel. Because I can put on the facade. Thank you. And that mask does it attract people though, really? It depends, really.
You connect with somebody and they can be vulnerable. It gives you the courage to do this. You see somebody else be vulnerable. Like, if they can do it, like, what?
Unless you have the ability to see through it.
Tell me about it.
Like there's a vibe.
Ooh.
So you can see the mask, that people put on and stuff like that. So, you sense the vibe. Yeah. So if it's, if they're putting on a mask, you can sense it, by their the way that they look or the way that they're perceiving themselves to be, or their facial expressions, what they say, stuff like that.
I like the vibe. We learn about people, don't we? We get to learn about people, and we get that feeling. I like that. I grew a higher power conscious when I got into recovery, and it allows me not only to monitor myself and what I do, but it helps me understand and assess other people. Is this a mask? Can I help? Or is this going to pull me down?
And also, I knew when I put my mask on and I can see I understand it's a what behind that. Why there's a reason why I had that mask on, because I know there's a reason that I felt like I could take mine off, because I feel like I could be vulnerable. I could talk about certain things, so I understand it. I give empathy and grace. I understand people may not be where I am in my journey, and I can meet you where you are. Yeah, I don't have to. That's it.
I don't have to drag. I don't have to pull.
Right where you are in your journey.
That's part of diversity. Hold on one second. Yes, ma'am.
In your journey of recovery and finding yourself, sometimes you have to fake it until you make
Ooh, okay.
it. Sometimes you have to fake it until you make it. And I believe in that. When you find yourself, you have to, exude certain, finding who you are, and exude certain characteristics.
Okay.
And find out, well, do I like that part about myself, or do I like this for myself, or do I like that for myself?
Yes.
And just fake it until you make. Because I consider myself introvert.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I have to come out of myself.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so I have to come out of myself, and I have to put on a character in response to what is coming at me.
Okay. Yes.
And to what's coming at me. And, I'm not used to that character.
Yeah.
But, I practice at it. To see.
Magic word.
I practice at it to see if it's going to benefit.
Yeah.
Benefit me. So.
I choose. I assess. I want to be able to take a look at something and say, does this help me? Does this help me? And fake it till you make it. There's always discussion about that. I had to say to myself over and over again and surround myself with people that said, Sharon, you're okay. Sharon, you're okay. It's good. It's good. No worries. And I had to practice that acceptance. I had to fake my words. I had to say things over and over again that I didn't believe.
You brainwashed yourself.
I did. And so did the world, didn't it? The brainwashing of ourselves.
Yeah,
we think that pride is not good. That the feeling of accomplishment I'm not worthy of. That my self-esteem isn't high enough to do that professionalism, that embracing. Right.
When you guys told me that you guys have been watching me and you saw my growth, I didn't see that. But sometimes you need people to see.
Yes.
You're not aware of. Like, I'm just trying to had a goal I wanted to accomplish, and I've been focused on it. But I didn't realize that people like seeing my journey, to see the people acknowledge, like, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
How much you were committed to something, you had a goal, and you achieved it. Then it makes me want to have set more goals and achieve them.
Man, when somebody says I'm proud of you, that's a big thing. Oh my gosh. I'm proud of you. That means I've accomplished something. I see you. Thank you. Yes.
One of the good things about recovery for me is some of the people that I've ran across since I've recovered. And one person in particular has recovered as well. But in our active addiction, we were so tough that the one person they needed to trust them really was kind of shaky.
Yeah.
And I had to tell her, hey, I remember when he was out there, girl. Please.
Yes.
Believe me when I tell you, he is straight now. It felt good because I know how hard it was for him to get there. Because they talk about the people that you're around, but when you're around people that's family, that you've known your whole entire life, that'll kill a snake over you. And even in your addiction, they still do anything for you. And they would help you in your addiction because they just wanted to help you.
Yes. Because
That's
they
the wrong
see.
kind of help. I tell people all the time, well, if you really cared about me, you should just told me hell no. Because I knew who I could go to and get it, no matter what time of day or night it is. They be like, well, I'm going to give you this, but don't do this with it. And I'm looking at them like, get damn well I'm going to go to it. Don't act like I'm not going to go there. It's a whole different ball game once you recover and you're looking around you and you get to the place. See, part of it is he's at that stage where I was, where he say, well, I don't give a damn if you believe me or not. I know I'm straight. And he just let you have that. We call that the grace period because we know we done so much to you in the past.
Yeah.
You might not never trust me no more. But he's okay with his recovery where he gonna let you have that. They're gonna throw it off like water off the duck. Because once you have really gotten it, sometimes it takes you 2 or 3 times to really get your recovery like you need it.
Yeah.
Once you get that, you hold on to it for dear life. It comes before anybody or anything. Once you get to that page, you got work you still got to do, but you okay with the work then. You're like, oh shoot.
Because I can accomplish
I
it.
can look back and laugh at how I was, because believe me, in your addiction and you get to your recovery, we ain't gonna never tell all of it in the first place. This is stuff we keep yourself because we don't want you to know, because we're ashamed enough our stuff to know we did. So
See, is it
I'm glad
easier?
you
Hold
know.
on. Is it easier to be prideful for someone else to see and be proud of someone else than it is for ourselves?
Absolutely.
Because we see the growth, we see the human, we see the person in there that wants it but doesn't know how to get it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Pride's a paradox.
Okay.
Those two-headed coin.
Yeah.
You say pride comes before a fall.
Uh-huh.
That's the flip side of the coin. Most people don't know about the other side.
Yeah.
You're proud of doing something.
Yeah.
You say, wow, I'm gonna show everybody what I did this, I did that. That's the pride that comes before the fall. Because
Yes.
You were elevated to higher ground, but it's on a slant. So
Ooh,
you're gonna tumble.
I like that.
It hits you right in the face. But if you do something good, you feel good about yourself. You don't tell anybody. You know
That's
you did
it. I know I did
You did it, so you feel good. You go to a higher elevation, but it's flat.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
That's definitely my biggest problem is pride. Like, I mean, like I definitely know pride is probably the worst thing that's about me, man. You know, I gotta like tone myself down, man. And sometimes I gotta end up in the hospital or something, like, you know what I'm saying, for me to be like, yo, bro, you tripping, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta do everything for me to finally be like, man, or end up in jail or something, like, man, you was tripping, bro. Sometimes I'll be in the hospital, still in the hospital, still in jail. Like, oh man, shit, I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But it's, I just try to make sure I look around at my people around me and see how they responded to me, because so many people like still just keep egging me on, and or just letting me go, go, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really understand how bad how messed up the stuff that I be doing really is, you know what I'm saying? It's like people still just let me keep doing it, and I'm just, you know, it just keep going on, and I keep prospering, I keep getting stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I take pride in that. I got me some shit back in the day.
Yeah, well, shit, maybe I'm doing the right thing.
Maybe somebody bought me a Cadillac.
You know what I'm saying?
All that money exchanged.
But eventually, you know what I'm saying, it come down, I start seeing, like, you know, it start hurting my spirit.
Yeah.
And I start seeing, like, my long playing goals. I'm not accomplishing the things that I want to accomplish.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of just turning the wheel.
Yeah.
And that end up coming back to that pride thing.
Yeah. You know what pride can, and you're talking about people egging us on. What people say to me affects me and can infect me. Right. I want to be around people that are proud of me. Right? I want to be around people that are proud of me, because my community. I want to be proud of everybody I know, and I am. I don't care what you're doing. If you had a bump, that's all right. I'm still keep pushing. Do not. There is no try. Right?
When you're part of your cult, like your team, they see it. They see you. They see you.
Yes.
Maybe people on Facebook may not know where I come from, what I've been through the last couple of years, couple of months, but people who know me know what I've been through. They know my journey. They see where I've come through. So those are people that are more important to me than the outside noise.
Yes.
Even my family, they may not know what I've gone through, what I've been through. Now, even I'm proud that I'm able to talk about what I've been through.
Yeah.
And I'm not fearful of what you think about it. It's because it's me. I gotta get it out for me. You never know how much it can help or save someone else. Because I know something that I'm going through. I didn't go through it for no reason. It was for a reason. It was for a purpose.
I can embrace that There's a reason.
Yeah.
There's something that I can get from this exchange. Did you have something, honey?
Yeah, I mean, like you said before, you can be pride. You know, have pride, but not be haughty about it.
Yes.
And that's a balance you have to juggle. You know, yeah, you can be proud of what you've accomplished. Yes, you can be proud of your family or friends or whatever. But when you're haughty about it, that's when it's like that's not a good thing. You know, and about you know, fake it till you make it. I noticed like when I hit down, you know, hit rock bottom, that's when I have to like keep on, like, no matter how many times you fall, as long as you get back up.
Yeah.
Keep on getting back up and keep on getting back up. That's
it.
That's
And I'm proud of that.
That's
Absolutely.
progress, yes.
And the people around us, even though, you know, even though I slip or even though I stumble, I can still have people be proud of me because of my accomplishments, because of who I am today. Because of who I am today. Today I'm worthy. Yes, sir. We're going to shut it down. So make it good.
I'll try. Well, for me, recovery and what's the word I'm looking for now? You threw me off with that one. But recovery and trauma and pride is all in the one, because it takes time to actually talk about the past recovery part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not like something that can just happen overnight. It's like, okay, it takes me a while to, like, we know trauma hits people differently. And for some, it's kind of hard for them to actually open up about that trauma.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get past that part of it, and then somewhere down the line, just like in recovery, once you get into recovery, you can't just start talking about what I used to do, because you really haven't healed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But once you kind of healed yourself from that aspect, it's a lot easier to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, this is not going to hurt me. It's not going to trigger me to say, oh, I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
You know, so that's with trauma, pride, and recovery, it's all in the one, because you got to have one without the other, and one is going to make you stronger.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, if you knew that you had a trauma from whatever it was, it took you a minute to actually get over that, and then it took you another minute to actually talk about it.
Yeah.
Because you just ain't going to just say, yeah, I was recovered for 3 days, and thinking that, hey, that's okay, because relapse does happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so that's part of recovery, that you're going to relapse. But when you have the willpower and if your pride is strong enough to not let you do that again, then you are able to move on. And then as you're moving on, it's like, you know what? I seen this person, and man, I was you back then in the days. It's easier for me to acknowledge that now, even though it might be hard for that person to be like, well, you know, if I'm going through it, why would you try to do this to get you, you know, to try to build you up or whatever? I can't build you up. You have to do that within yourself. That's your pride to tell you that you have
That's
to do
it. We want to be able to embrace those things, because it's who I am.
Right.
That I'm proud of. It's who I am, not what I do. I can be proud of things that I do, and that's wonderful. But it's who we are today. It's that worthiness. It's that accountability, that dependability. We model today. People are attracted to us. And that's okay today, because we're doing, and we're being successful in our recovery. I'm going to shut it down. Hold on. I'm going to shut it down because we're well over time. But I want to thank everybody in this room. I appreciate the conversation. Awesome. Woo woo. Keep peace, share love. Y'all have a good week. Talk to you later. Woo woo.